cognitive of the fact that the stream is recording.
Nice.
Nito, burrito. It would be quite hilarious if we did the entire stream and it was actually nothing.
Oh,
There was
my
nothing
gosh.
in there.
Wait, what?
What?
Never mind. I guess that.
You hear what I said?
All right. So what happened last time was that the group was, I believe it started with the group talking amongst themselves, trying to figure out where they should go next as far as their plans
Ah.
moving forward. It, through a long conversation, they decided to go back to the World Tree to try and reacquaint themselves with the people they left behind, while also trying to build up their own strength before they went to Kuyufa and then eventually past that. Um, with all that being said, they went back to the World Tree uh, and found that one of the previous people they've talked to, Zyra and Raph, were having problems with Raph going into the middle of the forest, leaving Zyra with her coffee shop dealing with the customers of the forest. Meeting Zyra, they talked to her, getting an explanation as to what's going on with Raph, or at least where she went, and they followed her trail into the forest, only to find a guarded grove that was under the protection of a unicorn. The unicorn, through various means, explained to the group what the place is, and the oddity that is the fact that they were able to get in and let them through as technicalities allowed them to. They found the grove full of kitsunes of different kinds, including Raph, looking at a golden sphere that uh, everyone kind of came to the conclusion of held the Kitsune spark in it. Uh, Interactions were made, and now we are witnessing the cracking of the egg, as it were. So that's where we are. Uh, give me 1 minute as I need to conduct business, real quick. Oh dear. Oh God, I hope I didn't delete it. Um, nope. Thank God, I didn't delete it. But yeah. So essentially,
You good, buddy?
yeah, I'm good. It's just business, jobs, personal stuff, you know.
Okay. You-
Personal stuff. Sometimes it's like that, you know? You have a lot of stuff preoccupying your time, and time just goes fast for you, you know? It's always good always to have that. So it's always good to have that moment of clarity where you take a break, have a sip of coffee,
All right, so
and
back in
see.
business. So,
Okay, that wasn't the dialogue.
so what everyone would see in this moment is the golden spear that was hovering over that pool, crack open, uh, basically like shatters open, and from the bottom, releasing both uh Anon and another physical being into the water in this black inky goo. That when they go into the water just is completely colored with the black ink. The ball still hovers in the air, albeit shattered. And Anon, you are currently, as soon as you like gain cognition of where you are, you realize that you're in a liquid state. Um, or not a liquid state, but you are in a liquid, but you can't see where anything is. What do you do?
I want to immediately try to swim where I think is up.
and just like start once I surface, start looking around for Pinna, calling out to her. General panic response.
Pinna, for reference, is the name of the spark now. You like breach out of water after figuring out where up was. Um, for everyone else, the first thing they see after a couple of minutes of the water being ink, many a Kitsune jump back as Non splashes over, as he's like screaming for a name you guys would not recognize.
Menace, uh, first off, does the man look okay?
Well, the ink doesn't seem like staining his body. As soon as he comes up, it kind of falls off uh
Like
like
Waterwood, I guess.
water. It doesn't stick
Okay.
to his clothes or anything.
Mishi
Uh,
would ask, and
Anon,
what? What are you saying? Speak
Anon,
up! I can't hear you.
are you okay?
And speak coherently. I know you're drowning, but speak up.
Well, technically,
He
no.
just shouts back.
He's
He
not-
doesn't acknowledge any of the other questions. He just keeps asking, "Where's Pinna?"
Who?
Pinna,
Now I'm still
Or-
like,
who's
so- so-
how
Pinna?
bad or good of an
I-
idea would it
I
be
ought
to
to
go in the water?
Pinna this gun
Oh,
and
yes,
say to you,
Hey.
yes.
Hey.
that's up to you. That's up to you to decide if Tesla will go into the water or not. I
How
guess
good or bad of an idea
that's up
would
to
that
Tessa.
be?
That's up
Give
to Tessa.
us a chance to speak. All right then.
Fine. No, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna look back and forth across the water, like very determinedly, but like also in pure shock, and just be like, when Anon finally gets to the shore, I'm going to like look at him and be like, what happened?
Yeah, Zagaron is pulling Non out of the water, which I don't know how you would react exactly, but considering he's getting him out of like quote unquote danger, I don't think that would be a version. Agron acts like, who are you looking for? Trying to like get his attention.
No one just shouts her and like points at the now shattered ball in the sky, and then just like is scanning the surface, waiting for her to surface. And if she does not do so, he's gonna dive into the water and try to search for her, even though he can't see shit down there.
Wait. Okay, calm down. Who was in there? Who's her?
Is the orb still floating? Is something floating, or is it just shattered?
It's shattered
It's
and
just
floating.
shattered. But yeah, it's still up there. It's just broken now.
I slap him
Why?
because he seems very incoherent.
But why slap him?
Mishi, don't do that.
Hard reset.
I mean, if she wants to slap him, then I guess if she thinks that will fix things.
All right.
No, I will tell Mishi not to do that. Don't slap him.
Well, that's
I
You
would
wouldn't
roll
know
to
that
see if
she
I
was
can
trying to
hit.
do it until she tried to do it. So
yeah,
No, I was gonna say you can do it, but once you do it, I'm just gonna say, hey Mishi,
yeah,
don't do that.
yeah. Renaissance could
Okay.
say,
All right, you'll tell me after the fact. That's good.
okay, then
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
maybe she
I was
slaps
speaking
Nick.
over anyone there.
But yeah, so as this mess is happening, um, unbeknownst to the majority of you guys, considering you're trying to deal with like Anon's madness, the rest of the Kitsune take on a more traditional true form, going into their fox state. Um, with the multiple tails, of course, and in the water, uh, the black, the black coloration begins to come, con. What's the word I'm
Congeal?
looking for? Huh? Not congeal. No, it's
condense,
hmm, I guess that's the closest
condense.
I'm gonna get. It begins to condense into a singular point, um, and they begin to shape and get molded into some long, slendered forms as from the water the there are nine tendrils that rise out of the water, taking on more of a furry tail look until eventually they become more natural and um, lifelike, I guess. And then from there, rising from the water, uh, similarly, um, sort of gravity defying hair rises out of the water, followed by a head and a naked body of a sort of
Oh,
um,
okay.
like peach skin colored girl. And when they open their eyes, uh, blue blue energy like flickers out of it.
So while we're sitting there yelling, like, well, not yelling, but like talking to Mishi, like, hey, don't hit him. Anon, what's going on? We're just gonna sit there, keep talking and talking. And wow, this is just floating.
Well, Renee's
God.
definitely noticed this with his perception. He just look over to what's happening, like, guys.
Yeah.
Just
Anon,
note, whenever
once
I,
he.
okay, wait.
Go ahead.
I will just a note. Whenever I do turn and see it, I'm going to be speechless and just stunned. Uh, yeah, I'm probably not going to move or talk for like a good 15 seconds.
Ah, cool. So that Tessa now has the stun condition on her.
Fun. I will take that. I will literally take that. We're not in combat. I'll be like, oh, okay. I'll just
Because
take
you're not
that.
about to be able to come back.
Who?
You know
Feels
what?
like we're gonna be.
That is a risk I'm willing to take, Massey boy. Okay, I'm willing to take that risk for her
Okay, cool.
and
Um,
like turn beat red and everything. Just like, oh, okay, all right.
Nick, what did you want to say?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. So Anon's just gonna, like, once he does notice her, he just kind of knows that it's her. So he's gonna rush over and, like, she's still in the air, so he's gonna be under her,
No,
but
no,
he's
she's
like,
not in the air. She's like halfway. She's like half submerged in the water.
oh yeah. So he's gonna rush over, give her a hug, and then he's gonna, like, inspect her and make sure she's okay and do that bumbling kind of, what moms do when they're afraid their kid got hurt.
You guys.
Uh, yeah. There's no. Um, her skin is her skin is smooth. Any other parts of her body are completely clean. Um, the only things that stand out to you, as far as abnormalities, is her long hair, that like goes as far down as her like fingers if they were on her side, but they're like floating in the air as if she's still underwater. Her tail's now completely taking on um a more lifelike fur pattern, uh, begin to move a little more naturally. All nine of them. Uh, and her eyes also still have this faint glow. Like if you ever seen, uh, I don't know what the best example is, but if you ever see like animations where their eyes kind of have this burning effect coming off of them, yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, that's my reaction.
Her first,
Are you all right? Are
one of the
you all right?
Yeah. One of the first things she says, uh, this is different. Beforehand, I never explained this before, but beforehand, the way her voice kind of reacted to uh, like the sound of her voice, the cadence of it, always had this echoey sound to it. It was never noticeable before. Uh, it was just something that was expected of the creatures of concept. Uh, the keeper of concepts had it. Her brother had it. You know, so it was one of those things that kind of fit with the theme and what she was. And then she gained the metallic version of that when she became a construct, and now it's completely what you would call normal. And one of the first things she said is like, "Why does air keep going into my chest?"
No.
He
That's
just like
called life.
exhales calmly and like is relieved that she's all right, and he's just like, "That's called breathing. It's a necessary process for living creatures."
Welcome to the land of the real.
How
And
do you
this is
feel?
real because
My hands feel like they're shaking. They didn't
That's
do that
because they
before.
are. Are you cold?
There's definitely a sensation that goes throughout my body.
He's cold.
Non like takes off his slightly wet clothes. Oh no, probably more than slightly wet clothes, and wraps
Except
her up in them.
Now I
Probably
feel it
not
on my
much better.
now I feel it on my surface.
Yeah. Come on, let's get you out of the water.
All right, so you get her out of the water, uh, and for Romilius, particularly because of your high perception, you notice that the ball moves slightly towards her. It's not enough to where people would notice. It's but it's like when she gets a certain distance away from um the pool, the orb kind of follows her a bit. The further she gets, the more noticeable it becomes, but it's still a slight movement. Um, Once she is completely out of the water, um, you notice as dryads kind of grow out of the ground and clover and dress these dresses of leaves and flowers, and then the unicorn in his uh, animal form, I guess, comes over, takes his horn, taps her on the head, uses a version of prestidigitation, drying her off, uh, and does the same for you, Anon, and then just just leaves along with the dryads. No fanfare. It's just like, "Duh, duh, okay, goes."
Yeah, Reminis keeping tabs on all their movements right now because again, Reminis doesn't know their exact. I guess Reminis doesn't know their exact things, so Reminis just gonna keep tab on their movement.
You're talking about who exactly?
The you said the Kitsune were like starting to make the way, like barely noticeable.
No, no, no. It was the orb.
Oh, the orb. Okay, then in that case, Reminis just will just acknowledge it. That's it.
Yeah, the Kitsunes have this sort of intense stare just watching her. Even Raph, who is also in a fox form, uh, are just watching her intensely.
You could probably introduce yourself to everyone.
She kind of like turns around to all the Kitsunes looking at her. Uh, I don't know what to say.
Start with your
that's
name.
what I feel like. I would squint and be like, no, no, he was this.
She takes a deep breath. I was I was given the name Penna, and I'm here
Welcome,
now.
Penna.
I'm here now. The Kitsune kind of just watch her still.
Can Reminis as Reminis is gonna go kind of onto Anna's shoulder and whispers, um, she's not. She's still not very. She's still not very wise. Should we give her a hand?
Wisdom comes with experience. We can't
Exactly.
expect too much of her.
Exactly. Which is why I think we should probably give her a hand in this case. I
Exactly.
should. I think that you should. I think that you should, since you are more connected to her in this case.
Very well.
So
Just
we
stay by
can
her side.
recognize her. Does she look like us? I mean, like we recognize her. Does she look like the way we remember? Other than the fact that she has 9 tails growing out of her now.
I mean, it's pretty obvious of who she is right now. I'd say,
Yeah.
because we were already told that the Kasuna guy was going to come out. We already know that the orb has something to do with it. So say right now we know who she is.
Yeah. You were asleep at that point, but we determined prior to that the person in the orb was her. So, but no, she
Oh,
doesn't look
okay,
like
yeah.
she did before. She's very humanoid looking now.
Yeah, I'm just still gonna be stunned.
Mhm. So
Just
Anon
mouth
steps
open at the
forward
foot.
and whispers back to Romelius, says, just stay by her side. We don't know what's going to happen next. And he looks out to the crowd of Kitsune and he just like calls out over all of them, like, what have you to say to your first 9 tails in generations?
Yeah, this is.
Oh, I don't know that. They they kind of look towards you, and at least for Remilius, there's this sense of uh you've seen what you've been in the presence of a predator before back in the early days and even just in other instances, but be but when they turn to a non, even if they're not looking at you directly, it's still a sense of like, oh god.
Yeah, I was supposed to comment on that because these are foxes. Foxes eat mice.
Yeah.
Riz,
Yeah.
yeah. Riz has a little ear twitch, but he kind of, he has a twitch of his mouth, but he kind of just stands guard at least.
Don't worry, my little friend. You'll be fine.
Maybe she doesn't know that Riz has any reaction right now.
With
All
you
right
being
then.
close to Remilius, do you think I would notice the small change
How
coming
close am
down
I
from
to
me?
everyone? Pray
I mean,
tell.
Be
you guys can roll insight, I guess. This Riz is technically hiding it. Both of you can roll
All right.
insight.
I'm
with
gonna
me being
roll.
freaking stunned, I doubt I'll do it.
Yeah,
I
I
can
forgot,
try.
you can try, sure.
I'm,
Yeah, I roll
for all
deception. Yeah, I roll
intents and
deception.
purposes, for all intents and
Seven. Okay,
purposes.
okay. You guys have a real chance. So, yeah, you guys may notice. You guys may notice it being close to Remilius, I guess. Maybe you guys have known
Um,
Remilius enough.
This was a roll for what?
You guys have roll insight.
Investigation? Oh,
Uh,
insight.
investigation works.
let me
I don't
see
know.
where my
No,
insight
insight would be
is.
the better one.
Insight. Okay.
Insight
All
on
right,
where my
insight.
computer is, because that's where my
That's a
character
wisdom.
sheet is. Oh Lord.
The Remilius on insight's just like, I know I can take them. Don't be afraid.
20, 20 plus. Let's see. What
Oh,
is my
I put
wisdom
my
modifier?
computer
1.
back where it belongs. This is why you don't do that. Use things when you do that. Put it away. Now I didn't know where it was.
But, so, I guess you can say don't be afraid. But again, there's a moment happening. So I guess Meishi saying Meishi, but again, it's something very Meishi to do.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus
Forgot.
insight.
Yeah, insight to see if Vermilius, like how's
Yeah,
Vermilius doing?
I know.
Yeah.
I'll look for these
Let's
pictures again.
see. Find it.
Oh, yep. Okay,
Baby, I
you
know my
definitely,
baby.
yeah.
I know my baby. All right.
I know the good boy.
Yeah. I
The
know my
boy.
naughty boy. I know. All right. So, with that being said, I'm
What the?
going to. Can, can I say that I kind of pick up on what's making him upset? Look around at the energy of the crowd and be like, can I pick up on like the energy now?
Yeah, I was gonna. So one thing I was gonna mention at this point was that when they do look at a non, the area around you reverts from the description which I described. A lush meadow hidden in the forest into this sort of dark mixture of like pink, purples, and blues. The the daylight that once was seen now turns into the a midnight like setting into dusk, but the sun is still in the same place as it was. It's just the coloration is now different. There are
Oh,
bioluminescent,
jeez.
glowing plants where you stand in the trees, um, and it's just a it is it is now a different kind of effect.
Now we're
So,
just definitely
I
ready.
yeah, I get up, I step out of it, I go to pen, I hold out my hand and say, I think we should go now.
Wait,
No, I don't think we should
wait,
leave.
wait. I'm doing a speech.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
no speak.
jeez. Really not. Okay, I'll
Let
just
him have
step
his speech.
closer. Fine, fine. Can I say this then? I will step closer and can I ready in action? I will attack if anyone tries to attack either a non or pen.
What
Yeah,
action are you holding or readying?
Firebolt.
What?
purple. Okay.
Yep.
Um, to be fair, that's not an I wouldn't call that an incorrect statement, but
I think you can't
yeah,
ready a spell, can't you?
what?
I think you can ready a spell technically.
Yeah, but she said verbal, and it's like you gotta give me more than that.
Oh, she said firebolt.
Oh, fire! Oh, my bad.
Ah,
Okay, okay,
firebolt.
Yeah, I was
got it.
like, what do you mean?
Sorry, my bad. Also, I
You're
found
fine.
this picture that while I was looking for something else, and I realized, oh crap, I actually got one that fits what's going on here.
Oh,
Like way too well,
Huh.
actually.
Yeah,
yeah.
actually a little
So,
too well.
Yeah.
This isn't. I mean, it's not one of my oldest, but it's like it's right next to the picture that I used as uh to like describe what um she looks like. And now I can't find it again. That's not good.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, give her speech. I guess this is also their ready action to attack if need be, because that's just because of I guess instinct at this point to be ready to because foxes.
All right. So essentially, you have all of these. Uh, everyone's like getting ready to hold in action, and then the unicorn kind of steps in between like everything. It's just like, yeah, boss. I just want to let you know, I very much appreciate what you're doing and all that. But want to put that down.
I mean, Reminis isn't was it is not actively taking pose. He's just ready to attack if
No,
need be.
he's more referring to like Tessa because she's clearly readying like a spell, and it's just like, oh, just want to make this clear. You might want to put that down. It's don't worry. I'll make it my I'm making
Wait,
my job. Make sure everyone's safe and sound here. Uh, That's my job.
I love this.
Hope you trust me. That
Without taking my eyes off of the entire group and Panay, I'm just gonna
you're gonna what?
excuse me. Without taking my attention or eyes off of the of where I'm focused on Panay and slowly, slowly put my head down,
Okay.
chill out. But I'm not gonna take my attention off of them.
Okay, that's good. We keep moving. And the Tetsunes are just watching the unicorn leave.
Okay,
And they
now
revert
and
and they
oh
revert their
sorry.
gaze back at Pinna.
So now Anna can finally give the speech.
Finally.
For eons, you all have waited in hiding, waiting for your people to regain your former glory, waiting for someone who could rival even the gods themselves as you once did. Behold, I present to you that someone. This is Pinna. She may not be a Nine Tails as you all know them, but she is the start of the rise of your people. She and I were once of one soul, kindred spirits. She will do you no harm. She is new to this life. She does not know the ways of Midgard, let alone your people, but do not be fooled. She is the future of your people. Where she rises, so too do all of you. Do not turn your backs to her. Welcome her, embrace her, teach her what it means to be one of you. The sun rises anew for the Kitsune.
That's a bold statement coming from a god.
I'm
You
not
may
gonna
be a god, but do not presume that I am on the side of the gods.
There you go. Good. Good.
I am on the side of peace, harmony, and justice. I make favor of no people.
Uh, the some of the five tails, um, their eyes begin to glow as the rest of the Kitsune eyes glow and look towards them. Uh, the pool of water begins to ripple about, glowing from the bottom, and they kind of just sit there, not motionless. They move their heads every once in a while back and forth. Um, and it's like they're having a silent conversation amongst themselves. When that's over, the pool kind of stops glowing. Um, the rest of the Kitsune look back at Pinna. Ah, then Gabby left.
Oh,
No.
There's
His
this,
goal complete. He ejects himself from the thing.
there's this, there's a brief moment that is looked at with Pinna, and she kind of turns to you nervously, takes a deep breath, which is weird to her. Oh, God. And she kind of she kind of steps forward near the pool of water. Um, Again, another silent conversation happens, and then you watch as she like raises her hands towards the um she raises her hands towards the golden spear that's cracked. She raises her hand and like clenches her fingers tightly against her palm, and it shatters apart. Uh, and begins to shatter and melt more pieces from the water begins to rise up. The kitsune kind of like back up a bit, in shock to seeing this, and the metal bits begin to warp around her body, uh, until eventually you see a metal mask form on her face. Metal parts begin to like form onto her body like armor over the uh, green dress that she was given, until eventually she looks a little more like what she did back then, when you first met her. Just this time, with a golden hue to her. The gold is replaced with, excuse me, it's now a golden color made out of like the armor of the gods, and now uh she she turns back to the rest of you, um and yeah, you just see this blue energy like uh flowing off her. There's this scarf with two tails flowing from her back. Her hair is more condensed, uh, and she's just exuding this blue fire from her hands. From here on out, I have to walk with them. I don't know how
Yeah,
long it will be before I see you again, but I will see you again.
that you will.
And with that, um, the grove begins to shimmer and shift as the rest of the kitsune begin to gather themselves and turn away, walking in different directions, hopping off their perches, and the realm begins to, like I said, shimmer, fade away until eventually, even the pit begins to disappear, in the grove. Um, Turns into a normal place. The pool that I've described disappears. It's now a flat land. Nothing, everything that you see around you is completely normal. As far as like a normal forest with normal terrain, etc. The only one that remains is Raph, who stands up in her human form. Oh, that was a lot more intense than I initially thought I was gonna have to see. And then she like kicks a stone in frustration and then reposes herself. Sorry about that.
You don't have to be
You like
stone cold all the time,
I'll say that again.
after I
Wait, hold on. Say that again, Nick.
I said you don't have to be stone cold all the time,
And what were you gonna say, Valerie?
like, sitting there after I literally cry inside again because we too many. Like I'm like, what is your problem? Like I turn to what's her name? I'm like, what's wrong?
A little internal, kind of personal gripe. He spends multiple years trying to become something as grandiose as that, and she's just born like that. Typical sorcerers.
Nom kind of laughs at her last comment, and then the laughter slowly breaks down into crying.
Raph kind of looks over,
Mood,
not
mood.
not sure. Like this is like she doesn't know Anon like the rest of you. Her response is more like a, huh. I guess I'm not surprised that he's crying. It's more like, okay.
I, we've never seen an end of crime before, actually.
Yeah, this is first time
Oh,
you guys seen an emotion outside of okay and Raph.
oh. Actually, no, well, he showed most where Reminis died before. Well, Reminis didn't see it though, so
I don't think he ever cried though.
It was anger,
I
wasn't it?
wasn't there when you died, actually, so I had to like
I do
reinsert.
remember him
Oh, yeah.
crying during that one
Yeah.
time when we killed that one creature. Remember all those way back?
Oh, he didn't cry then. He was just more upset with us.
Oh
He was
yeah, he was
upset,
like
but I do remember
real
tears being
pissy with
there.
us. He was real
Oh,
pissy with us.
No, my eyes did water up, but I
uh,
didn't like actually like cry. You know.
Ramirez will sit on the shoulder through Ramirez sit on the shoulder. Ramirez will pat him, we'll sit down on his shoulder and then give a shoulder to a little pat.
Same here, except that would be a bit hard with my pants because I'm a giant tiger person.
Despite Anon like having his back beat in by Mishi, he does feel somewhat comforted by the patting.
I just like get up and sit next to him if I wasn't already closer to him. Well, I was closer to him, but I would just like sit next to him and be like, "Are you gonna be okay?"
I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine.
You
I
here?
just,
Oh, my bad.
I just,
Archie's here, go again.
I can't
I
wait
think
to
it's
see what
beautiful.
she becomes.
Me too. I think it's beautiful that she's found her people, and that she is finding her way in this world. We've created life.
After a minute, I kind of like nudge Tessa with an elbow and be like, "You've really got to get to know her better."
I kind of like just like look at it, shake my head, just like, oh. It's like I don't think she'll be thinking of me.
Ramirez, who doesn't get cut all said, I think we all do. I honestly
I was like, yeah,
barely
like
know
I
her.
wouldn't know.
Ramirez
Yeah,
Ramirez
all
does not
gotta
get.
get to know better.
We've already been talking. We've barely even spoken to her. Honestly.
I think she'll be thinking of me anymore.
Well, I guess we spoken to her through Anna technically in a way, so she probably knows us better than we know her.
Yeah.
Oh, she knows us a lot more than we realize, and she has seen into Inmot's consciousness, and you know, knows what
Sure.
on knows anyway. That's
Romelius,
weird. That's a little.
Romelius's comment kind of like triggers something in Anon. He's like, actually, she does. And in a way, she knows me better than all of you. And Anon is gonna sit down, cross his legs, and tell the story of what happened to him as a child.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Oh
Oh
no. Oh
Lord!
Lord.
So
Oh
this has been
cheese and
this has been a long time
crackers!
coming.
Man,
All right,
Gabby's not
so
here for this.
dang,
I know. What the heck?
Oh, that is not good.
No.
Nick, you're gonna tell Gabby this on your own time, honestly. So it's just so you can do the story thing again.
The
Yeah.
the amount of. Oh my God.
All right, go on with it, Nick. Go. So,
No, I'm not telling the story. You guys know the story.
oh yeah, with the orphanage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell
Like,
us more.
so you can tell us. So you can tell us version where you kill everybody.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell that. I'm gonna tell what actually happened, but I
Like,
am gonna tell about what I saw in the dream as well. Like afterwards, I'm like seeing myself killing everyone, and part of me wishing that I had, but ultimately knowing that it's for the better that I didn't.
yeah, we're really silent about that. We're really silent at that point after that. Because Ramirez has to think about that quite a bit. Because a desire to kill people like that is a red flag, but Ramirez also kind of understand it. Uh, Ramirez will ask in his head, uh, what does, you'll ask what he'll ask what Reyes thinks of that, and then he'll ask what the he'll ask Reyes, Redbeard, and the bounty hunter Remedios. Always those three what they think about it.
So, what's the question?
Well, Ramirez ask Ramirez, Redbeard, and then bounty hunter Ramirez what they think of Anan like desire to kill anybody who I guess anybody who wrongs him or his friends, I guess.
Uh, so for Rameus, your first echo, um, it's his response is roughly, "You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes." Redbeard is like, "Jesus, if a crewmate tried to kill me, I'd kill them first." And then Remy is like, "Dear Lord, what would you? Why would you even consider such a thing?" It's those kind of responses with
Well,
Remy being
Really?
the softer side,
yeah,
Rameus obviously being a little more considerate of it, but it's like I don't, you know, I've killed people before. It's not great, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then Redbeard's just like not gung ho kill everyone, but it's like bees got the bees got what they deserved.
yeah. Um, I guess actually Ramirez hasn't killed a single person yet. Well, no, he's not killed a single person yet. So Ramirez is
You've gotten a
2.0.
kill shot on somebody. You had to have.
No, Ramirez has got kill shot on creatures before never a person.
Well, okay.
Romilius, you see in your peripherals walking behind um Anon, uh yeah, someone's walking up behind Anon.
Ramirez will look over to that person.
Uh it's a it is a green it's a green cloaked girl with an bow and arrow in one of her hands.
It's a knock. It's an arrow knocked into the bow.
No, it's
Robin
being
Hood.
held in part
Okay.
uh the with the bow.
Okay, Ramirez will ask, "Who are you?"
Uh I can't believe you saw that. I can't believe you saw me.
I have good ears.
Uh
Yeah, I love
Re-
this perception, don't you, Jalen?
yeah, Tessa, you recognize this person as your opponent from the Coliseum?
I gotta squint my eyes. Hey, where you come from? What
Hey,
is it here?
Wow, Ramirez a god. I've kind of amazed by that. Ramirez is actually really proud of himself for that.
Like, hey guys, that's I know her. What are you doing here?
Not Robin Hood.
I love that. I love that. Please actually say that canonically.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's like, hey,
That's
Robin Hood. The the girl the girl kind of looks up. My name is Artemis.
Yo,
Oh,
the Artemis?
Okay, so for context, uh, out of character, no. In character, that name means nothing to you.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And there are versions of Artemis even in mythologies, right? It's like even in mythologies, there are like different verses for Artemis. Not
I guess, sorry, my bad. I guess to be more correct, it's like, yes, it's the Artemis, just not um established god Artemis.
all right.
Gotcha.
Whatever you say, Robin.
my God.
I hate you.
What did you just say that?
Yeah, it's like Mishi was like, Artemis? Whatever you say, Robin. I hate you. I
I
hate
feel
both of
that.
you.
Like, I don't like that.
Riz gets a small giggle at that.
She's like, I
I don't
hate
like
you.
that.
I hate both of you.
How can we help
What
you?
brings you here? Oh, same time.
No, no, yeah.
It's like, so
That's
what's the
very
overall
cute.
question?
What are you doing here?
I tend to
Yeah,
come
that.
I tend to come here to Midgard considering it's the closest to a tree. And I do a bit of hunting, yeah, here and then. Something just something to pass the time. There's really nothing to hunt in Af in Athos, and I dare not go anywhere past Zofa to do any hunting. I'm not strong. I'm not ready for that kind of game yet.
we can go hunting with you sometime.
Game, you
No,
Hunt,
said.
no, we're not.
hunting. Well, technically, we already go hunting every now and then, don't we?
Mhm. Hey, Artemis,
Oh,
quick question.
What's up?
Actually, hold on, I might need to talk to the others about that before I just go on doing that. Um, you have any interest in joining a pantheon?
Hmm. Eh, I don't really do people things. Why? Why do you ask?
Um, see, the thing is, we are approaching. We're approaching a bit of a nexus with our uh,
Current situation.
interactions with the gods. We've been sort of cooperating slash serving the gods of the tree for some time now, but now we've been faced with a decision. Faced with a decision because we all have certain connections to uh, Helheim as well as Asgard. So rather than wholly squaring off one or the other, or deciding that one is better than the other, whatever the case, we decided to hold true to ourselves. And in doing so, we've decided to make our own pantheon of sorts. Um, and now we have sort of been faced with a decision where we're now in a position where we are up against the goddess Kos, who, as you may know, is the current goddess of hunt.
Ah, right. Her. Yeah.
I wondered if you might want to unseat her.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the plan from my beginnings. Can't exactly take on the aspect of hunting if she's around. I mean, technically I could. It's just as long as I'm here in Midgard, it's not really a safe thing to do.
I I have a I'm actually trying to initiate a bit of a challenge with her.
Why?
Let's say we had a run in against each other, and I got a tad bit cocky, just a little bit.
Oh yeah, the downfall of many good hunts.
Well, yes, that was the challenge. It was that uh, we challenged to hunt each other, or that's the challenge I posed to her, and I got to prove myself first, I guess.
I see. I think I understand. Really, I just came here because I noticed something was weird in this area. Monkey told me that there really wasn't anything of note other than a unicorn urn being here, but I was curious because something piqued something ended up piquing my interest about this place. So I came and found you guys here. I don't think, but you don't seem like the oddity that I sensed.
Well, sorry we wanted more notes. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I missed what she said just now.
Essentially, that she came to this part because she sensed something was off, like some spike of intrigue. Monkey told her that it was just a unicorn, but she was curious, came here, and only found you guys, and doesn't feel like you line up with what she was sensing.
Oh well, Anon, you want to take over this?
no, none of the dead is out. We're not talking to her. I'm sorry we weren't of more note, but
We did
you know,
meet with a friend here, but unfortunately, we are sworn to secrecy in that regard.
Oh, so you do know what happened here.
Indeed.
Ah,
I mean,
you're not gonna tell me even if I ask. Great.
It was quite the spectacle, I will say.
Ah,
Hopefully, we'll
are you making me
be able to
want to know
share.
more about it?
One day, when the time is right, hopefully we'll be able to share.
Eh. Vermilius, you hear Raph kind of mutter under breath, or not at all.
Say that again. I couldn't hear. Sorry.
You hear Raph mutter under breath, or not at all. I know I was like, maybe one day you'll see it, or not at all. That could also be an option. Um,
Reminis looks back at Wrath. Oh, I don't know. Reminis just keep this to himself with a slight smirk.
Vermilius, you slightly notice as Artemis kind of twitches in Raph's direction, but doesn't like say anything else about it. All right, I guess the only thing left is this Pantheon thing.
so
Technically,
interested in what we had going on anyway. It's just like, essentially a unicorn.
as far as Pantheons are concerned, my father was trying to start his own after he got to Athos. I haven't really talked much about him with it. I haven't talked to him in a while. But I guess my only question is why should I join you guys? Aside from the fact that you actively are trying to overthrow Cause and her domain. That does sound intriguing.
Mm.
Let's just say it's a bit of a leap of faith right now. It's we do not have much effort yet. However, we're slowly building up from here.
Honestly, this whole taking down Cause is sounding pretty enticing right now, as it is. And I have heard little whispers about you guys.
We do have a lot. While we where we lack in, I guess, where we lack in foundation, we make up in potential.
Potential is a
What we can
word.
say now is that what we're doing, we aren't doing it for personal gain. We're doing it because we think we're doing what's right. That can be said of anyone. So
Uh,
you have to use your personal judgment to decide if your ideas align with ours. I think
really,
our feelings.
I've never been too keen on the idea of the greater good of whatever. It's if you're not be if you're not like stabbing each other in the back and you treat each other more like, you know, actual family, then I can't care less what your goals are exactly.
Oh, we have that in the bag.
Hmm.
We are pretty much, I guess, I wouldn't say all we have, but we are one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't speak of other pantheons, but we look after each other.
Before you make your decision, though, just know that if you do decide to join us, you may be walking into a war you didn't bargain for.
Hmm. Uh, it was getting kind of boring up. It was getting kind of boring for a bit. Or it might be a change of pace. If nothing else, I wouldn't mind traveling with you guys for a bit. See what you're about. That would at least give me a chance to explore and do something I wasn't doing before and get to know you guys better.
Yeah.
Very sad how it ended.
Is the barrier still up or no?
What?
Is the barrier still up or no?
You don't feel this sense of repulsion out of the particular area.
All right, then at this point, Ramirez will also Ramirez will silently just call the ship downward.
Okay. So you call the ship and uh Artemis kind of once the ship gets close enough, she like gets to the nearest tree and like jumps on it if you're allowed that. Raph, before you guys leave, is like, well, I guess I should go back to the coffee shop and make our way out of here.
We could drop you off real quick if you really want. We're going that we're oh wait, are we still going that way?
I mean, like out of game, it wouldn't be an inconvenience. But for Raph, it's like, no, it's fine. It's not too far from where we are now, and I'm not exactly scared for my life. At least
Yeah.
not in any immediate sense.
All right, very well. And hey, Artemis, come out. This is ours.
What?
Ramirez is calling out to Artemis. Artemis, come out. This is ours.
She's already on the ship.
She jumped onto the ship. Okay, she already knew it. Okay, I thought she.
Come to the ship, Robin Hood.
She can't hear you, thank God.
Okay then.
Ramirez Ramirez has the other Ramirez to slid down a ladder for all of them to come up, and then they climb, I guess.
So you guys are making a pantheon then.
So it would seem. But before we climb, or before Anon climbs up, he's gonna reach out for a handshake from Wrath.
She receives it.
It's really good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. And thank you.
Of course. Do apologize to Zyra for us. I'm not sure that we'll be making it back to the coffee shop.
She'll be fine. As long as she gets to see good customers again. She has a long life, as you probably well know at this point.
Indeed.
And
Now we just have to figure out a solution for the other problem.
yeah. Say, do you guys have any holy symbols on you?
Yes,
Where,
maybe. I
where
think.
lads? Do you have any holy symbols on
I
us?
think.
Holy water.
You're right.
Does that count? Not really sure what you're looking for here.
What was that question towards again?
Do you
I'm
mean holy
asking,
water?
yeah, I'm asking Wrath if holy water counts because I'm not really sure what she's looking for in a holy symbol.
No, no. Do you not do you not know the significance of a holy symbol? For gods anyway?
Yeah, no, we haven't really done much research into this whole thing. We're kind of winging it.
God, you really are new to this.
Kind of
Well,
laugh and say,
Yeah, we are.
it's like we were born yesterday.
well,
Hey,
We
actually,
may as
Maybe
well,
smart in
then.
our ship somewhere,
actually,
but we don't
actually,
know
I've
what it
had
means.
a actually I've had an idea for a symbol for a while. How do we make a symbol?
it's essentially it's essentially a sign that connects you between that connects you and your followers to you. It's sort of a visual representation of uh, it's a visual representation of you guys individually, and by extension, the pantheon. If someone wanted to pray to you, sure, they can invoke your name, but having a holy symbol, it's like having a sending stone. It's a direct. It helps with direct connection, and more than that, it helps with just publicity. If I have a holy symbols hanging on the door seal of my of Zyra's shop, then people will notice that and will begin to cognitively think about the god that it represents. Whether or not they worship it afterwards is doesn't matter. It's just the recognition of it.
Oh, you put our holy symbol out?
Yeah, that was what I was going to do, and then you said you didn't have one.
I could I could I show you my for holy symbol in that case?
Sure, what's up?
All right. Uh, something simple. Uh, uh, I guess Reminis may ask Agron if they could borrow some ink, but I assume Agron would say yes. So, if, Jen, are you okay with uh, with Reminis using Agron's ink or no? I'm pretty sure Agron would say no to that.
Using his what?
His ink.
As long as he
Like
agrees.
Ink.
for writing. Where did I
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Agron wouldn't say no to that anyway. um, let's see. So Reminis has two. Okay, so Reminis gonna look back to the group and says, "Okay, so I have two. So wait, do we need a symbol for our entire pantheon?" Reminis asks Artemis this first.
You ask who this?
Artemis. Reminis asks Artemis, do they need a symbol for our entire pantheon?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because the echoes would still be on the ship and you can speak through them. Artemis
Oh yeah.
Artemis not knowing how this works. Um Not particularly. Usually pantheons work in the case in some pantheons usually work under their chief god's symbol, and uh it sort of derives from that.
Oh my god. And Anna's setting up Reminis as the chief god. Oh my god. Okay. Um. Huh. Reminis is like, huh. That's I guess regular basis look back to Anna and say, um, I guess we need or not the whole group, I guess in this case, and we like, so we need a chief god in this case. Um, uh, but I guess we should make a symbol. Uh,
Fine.
I have a symbol
Symbol.
in general. Reminis to draw his two different symbols for both of them, and one would be kind of like it'd be kind of like Mickey Mouse with a elongated head to avoid copyright. um,
Basically.
yeah,
Mouse.
mouse head, yeah, mouse head with elongated. It'll be simplistic, very simplistic. Um, like one of those I can't remember the design names, but ones that are really simplistic designs. And the other one would be similar to that, except it would be like the whole mouse body with a little ink string behind it. It'd be like a tail. Just these are my two ideas for a mouse design or a design for a god for a mouse god. It's recognizable.
If you give it to Raph, she'll mention I could probably carve out a symbol for that. Maybe I could sell that as part of the experience of the shop.
Okay, thank you. I guess for minutes we'll wait for and then we'll look to the rest of them and say and ask the rest of his group ask would you guys like your symbols? Would you guys like to pick your symbols right now, or would you guys like to wait?
And Nick,
Yes.
the the Kima,
Yes.
what do you think of my name?
What?
Rose, what is wrong with you?
Oh,
I can't
A
hear
rose,
you. You're going in and out.
yeah, you're going in
a
and out. Yeah.
rose, a
Hey,
rose.
should we? I think we should wait till Agron comes back because Agron might want to be a rose because the whole rose. Maybe a wolf actually in that case. Because I'd say a rose would. I say fits you. I say it fits you actually.
What is your aspect, Tessa?
Oh, we never chose an aspect. We just kept the same aspect that we had.
Well, maybe we picked domains, though.
Oh, domain. You meant domain. Okay,
What's my name? Peace?
it was protection,
Friendship?
wasn't it?
Protection. Yeah, I thought it the exact moment you said it. Protection. Yeah, protection.
Maybe pick something related to that.
Hmm.
A shield.
Maybe,
Rose.
maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe, or okay, fine. Like a rose could be on the shield, or it could be like a hand protecting a rose.
Oh, I do like that. Yes.
Ew.
All right, we're going to convey this to Artemis then. Actually, Race would also look back to um Val and not Val Tessa and ask should they and ask would you like something draconic about it? You really with your connection to dragons and all.
Hmm. The flower petals are dragon scales.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Reminis would convey to Artemis a hand over dragon or protecting dragon scales and the orientation of a rose.
I freaking love that. Like at first, I was just talking, mostly because I was staring at a picture of a rose in my room that I drew,
Nice.
and like my thought just came in my mouth, like I want it to be a rose. And like, oh,
So what's Artemis going to say about that?
tell me that much. It's like I'm like,
Were you asking me a question?
Oh yeah, Reminis gives Tessa's design to Artemis as well.
You're giving the designs to Raph.
Oh, to Wrath. Oh, sorry, to Wrath, not Artemis. Sorry, I thought it
Yeah.
was Artemis. To Wrath.
Artemis would, like I said, Artemis would have explained your question because of just your
Mhm.
connection to your echo, but Raph is the one who's saying that I'll
Oh,
carve out the
okay.
designs.
Okay. In that case, yeah. Reminis explains it to Wrath.
Okay. So essentially, Raph would get the designs of everyone else that would want a symbol made. Um, and of course, the goal right now isn't necessarily everyone needs a symbol. It's just you might want to consider that later down the line.
Reminis said already thinking. I already think of the symbol, but for Reminis, it's pretty easy. It's just a mouse thing. There's no other mouse god.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, if you guys don't have anything else you want to say to Raph, you guys would get on the ship and make your way to your next destination.
Oh my. What kind? Ramirez would look to the rest of the guys and say, "What's your next?"
I would like a symbol that is elaborate. You go on tirade about what sort of symbol it is.
If you like to, if you like to think first, if you like to think, because I know you'd like to go the whole thing with your symbol. If you like to think, then you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it right now. If you like to say it right now, go ahead.
It should either be a gun or a paw print for your tiger.
Oh, I said I was going to make it elaborate. So here's how it's going to be. Within an
Okay.
explosion, there is a heart and a staff with a sword and a dagger. And on its side is a snake coiling about it and the spider that's going over and biting the snake. But the snake is also biting the spider. And then, right to the side of it, is another explosion.
Does Ref say anything about that?
Okay.
Jalen, does Ref say anything about that?
The only thing she would say is like, it's not that I couldn't do that, but usually when you're making a holy symbol, you want it to be at least recognizable. But
It's a little an explosion.
I can I can manage it. My only question at this point would be, where does a spider and snake come into play?
Macy, how about just an exploding heart?
Oh, no, that'd be too gross.
I mean, explosion in the shape of a heart. Exploding passion. Give me just a
Oh,
shrug.
that's actually nice. That actually is a nice one. But I'm still gonna have the spider and the snake there. Somewhere. To the side.
Sure,
Something minor.
sure. I
Sure.
can. I can manage it. Just seems, I don't know, in my opinion, overly complicated. Most holy symbols just have a simple design that's easy to relate to a god. So who am I to judge what you want?
I want to have my sect to be very niche, you know? I'm gonna have that niche group going over and enjoying the symbolism. It's always good to stick in a lot of things that you believe would be apparent in the future. And it will be. Just not right now. Anyways, so let's go on and.
Wait, Nick, did you want to think right now, or do you want to think about it?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I already have like 3 in mind, but I don't know how 2 of them would work.
All right then.
Lee?
That's Lawrence. That's
It's
okay.
Lawrence. I'm an idiot.
Oh,
I'm playing with explosions. You little, he is like a little hideout. He's like just watching us. He is a
Yeah.
stalker.
I'll say it like that.
I love it.
Always feel
Nope,
like
we're keeping it there.
somebody's
Lawrence is
watching
now
me.
officially the Guardian Stalker.
I know.
Oh,
But like I love Lawrence. He's the coolest. He's a sweetheart. He's the sweetest little sweetheart.
So
I just
can he hear us?
no. I just feel like that is
the
the randomest thing for him to respond to. That is
I
the
mean,
most randomest thing.
I mean, if they're watching the stream, they can hear. If
But
Ramirez to look up to the group and say, okay, guys, so where's your next?
We're going back to what's the face? We're gonna go see. We get to go see. What's her name? Salja. We get to go see Salja.
I know you did not forget who Salvage is. And no, we're not. We're going to see Romelius' family. We already agreed we'd go there next.
I mean, if you guys were to see Salcha, I'm okay with that as well.
Would it kill me to just once be self-serving?
We're going to see. We're going to go see your family. Then we're going to Salja's.
Agreed.
All right then. And I guess since Meshi. It's even though it's already voted too. I still like your say.
I'm sorry, what?
Where would you like to go next, Savja or visit my home.
Yes, I would like to visit my home. It's been far
Okay,
too
cool. That's
long
great.
since I went to that
That's
I
place.
mean, we
that'll be
will visit
fun.
that someday. However, we have to go visit. I mean, we have to go visit Nostalgia, or we just go visit my home.
I
I
literally
said,
just turned it on.
Alright, let's go with your home, my mouse friend.
all right then. To my witness, and I guess that's
Onward
where
and outward to the place where the mice live.
I guess Reminis will go to Artemis. We'll go to Artemis and ask. Well, if you're gonna be one of us right now, I guess you have I guess if you're gonna be joining us, would you like to vote as well? Are you just gonna join along with us?
I'll do what
Or
I can so I'm not just freeloading.
all right, um, I guess just go around, meet everybody, meet the various versions of myself. Um, if you
Are
like
we
food,
there
it'll be in the
already?
kitchen. Uh, oh no, we're not there already. We're just talking to Artemis. Welcome her, get her situated. Um, and I guess we are off towards I guess we're off towards my I guess we're off towards my village. And Renee has Redbeard lead to the village.
All right, cool. So you make your way to that place. Um, to everyone else, it doesn't look too much different from any where else in the forest. But Romilius, you note the different holes in the trees, burrows in the ground, uh, or at least the best you can from the distance you are. You know the general area from the distance from the tree and all that. And you park the ship as high up above the canopy to not mess with any of the trees themselves. You guys would climb down the rope ladder or whatever the case may be, and would find the place that I described. Um, Everyone is currently hiding. Romilius would know that, as they probably since the ship coming down on them, and they probably went into like some bunkers to make sure they're not like completely disturbed.
Ramirez would bring his fingers to his mouth, and make a big whistle. I can't do a whistle very well. I'm home. Hey everybody, I'm home.
A few heads poke out to see what the who who uh who sounded the ancestral call. What the, is that
Our
Romilius? Holy, that's Romilius! Everyone, it's Romilius! Get your butts out here! And like a whole swarm of mice come out. Some of them flying on like birds of relative size. Um, and it's just like a whole wash of people. Mouses greet Romilius in this swarm. There are a lot
I
more.
vote.
There are a lot more
As,
different
excuse me.
faces than last time you were here, or at least mature faces. Um, but that's to be expected from
yeah,
being gone for relatively as long as you've been. Uh,
and I guess I would also notice many more scars that are on his body too.
and everyone's like, "Is you all right? Where have you been?" Just asking all the questions.
It's not to Spain. I I want to announce that I have rich godhood.
What did he say? Oh, did you hear that? No, I didn't hear shit. Everybody calm down. That's it.
Can't hear the doll squeaking and noising
You
the
became
noises
a
they're making.
dog. What? No, I think you became friends with a dog. How the heck did you manage that? Hey, no, I think
Uh,
he said something about a hog. Oh, that's even better.
Oh no,
uh,
no.
it's it's, it's my sister here is Papia here.
Oh, dude. Hey, everyone, be quiet. No, yeah. Your family should be somewhere around here. Oh, Harry, make way, let him through, let him through. Oh, we can talk to him later. We're back to where you were. Who are they?
Oh yeah, me and my friends. Ramirez to show the big folk.
Everyone has like these different mice crawling on their bodies, doing the Romelius and getting on their shoulder, inspecting you, just sniffing around.
Also, don't be alarmed. That's just the way. That's the way of being friendly.
It's so tense.
uh, I also just gonna say, I would have loved it.
Jesus.
Oh,
She would have, oh my god, Gabby would have been over the moon. Where did she go?
So upset.
uh,
She go?
uh, also, now that's quiet. Now that's quieted down. Um, now that's quieted
Yeah.
down. I would like to announce that I've reached godhood now.
You're telling this to who?
The one who was talking over, the one who was announcing everything.
I don't believe it. You don't.
Where did Gabby
You don't
go?
look like anything. I was trying to figure that out. It's like you don't
Oh
look
yeah.
that much different from last time I saw you, aside from a couple of scars.
I mean, uh, I guess that is hard to prove. How do you prove that you're God in this case? Where's good chuckle?
Beats me in all the wrong places, I guess. Um, I well, you wouldn't have any reason to lie, so sure,
Yes.
you did it.
I would I'd like to tell you, but really want to meet. Uh, I really want to meet first.
Say again.
I'd like to stay, but could you lead me to where my sister is?
Oh, she's
Hopefully, my
still.
brother will be somewhere around.
Yeah, your brother went on a pilgrimage. Said it was part of his training.
Ah, of course.
Yeah, good to see that he at least taken the time to go out into the world. He's doing what he
Yeah.
does.
I'm sure I'll meet up someday. Yeah. What about my sister?
Just me, back at the house. Go on then.
All right.
I won't hold you up.
Uh, all right. We're gonna scurry over there. We'll scurry over in that direction first.
Yeah. Um,
They're following.
Yeah, well, closely as we can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have to be careful where you step.
this place doesn't have like a lot of traditional houses. For Mamilius, part of the reason for this is on the grounds that they uh they like to make it to where their housing isn't like out in the open, or at the very least is compactable and can easily be broken down and moved around. Um, because of
Yeah.
their civilization, because of their like community, they're able to like stand in one place, like where they are currently. It's just more of a living hazard. Also, a lot of the homes are hand-me-downs, not just like from family to family, but also like uh, if one family like moves to a different area, then someone else would take it. It's a lot less like apartments and more like you know every
Like the
everyone
clan almost.
inherits the inheritance goes to the people. The town
Yeah.
is the family, and everyone gets a piece of the inheritance, kind of deal.
We must see that.
Yeah,
I'm
That's interesting.
yours is
Oh,
on like a middle level of a tree. And
uh,
that at that point, that's where a lot of your friends kind of have to stop in terms of following you.
Yeah. I'll catch up with you guys later. Uh, oh, guy, actually, out of character, Religious cannot spar this guy to show that he's a god because he probably would kill one of them. Oh no.
You walk in and there's this something's cooking in here. Um, it smells great and nostalgic. Uh, you know your sister is home.
Religious would go inside. We go inside to meet her. I get her name's Aurora, I believe. So yeah,
I have it written down. You say I don't write notes.
nice. Guess I'll have to note somewhere. This.
Wants to take a
Oh,
bet. This is
I am in. I would, yeah.
remember
I'd
it's a
be so into that.
chat Valerie. That's why you put it there. Anyway, so um as you begin to look around, you notice that the table has been set for two.
Alicia.
Yeah. You notice that the table is set for two. As there's a humming in the air.
No way. Does she have a date
Religious just
or a husband?
crashes it. Remitz is actually gonna try to sneak up on her, right? He's gonna sneak because we're supposed to surprise her.
All right, roll stealth.
Alright, they're stealth. Remember, she has advantage on smelling, so she can smell him before he can do it. Crap, I'm lagging. Okay, 18.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
What do you do when you sneak up to her?
18. That is good.
He's gonna oh crap, I did about that. I think the forehead. He's gonna he's gonna go behind her he's gonna go behind her and say, oh, what's cooking? Hey, what's cooking, sis?
She almost
Laugh
like,
out.
okay, oh,
Give a big laugh.
you know I don't like it when you do that when I'm cooking.
Oh, sorry, I had to. You were right there.
And after all this time, I was setting the table up for you. I
Oh,
guess you won't get any.
come on, you can't do that to me.
Nope, I am currently upset with you.
I know, I came all this way across the whole world just to see you. And this Rivers can't even keep it up. He just Rivers can't even keep it up. He just goes to her and says, I'm happy to see you again.
She laughs too and then like hugs you tightly. It's good to see
And
you
Rivers returns
again, brother.
to it's good to see you too again. It's good to see you too. Uh, any word from here or how's father doing?
Say again.
How's father doing? R- Father was alive last time they left, I believe.
Yeah. He uh he suffered a couple of injuries while you were gone. Nothing too major.
Uh, so he's probably sitting down then. So this is we're just, also secretary cooking. I've some friends for to me. I came here. Uh, it's not just to describe. I been in a lot of battles. I fought gods. I rich god hit myself.
Whoa, wait. Hold on. Is that what people were talking about down there? Had a lot of
Yes.
promotions. That's how I knew you were coming. But you're a god now.
Uh, yes, I am. I would just really love. I really love for the whole people for actually. I guess I'll say that for the end. Yes, I'm a god. I'm a god now. I guess. It's a glow. It's there's really like a little glow around him from being celestial. Or can we just call that back out?
Um, you've yet to figure out how you would show it.
Okay. I don't know how to show being a god. It's just quite difficult. I can. Hmm.
I have a holy symbol and everything.
I guess it's because of the hole. Because of the hole. That's a nun. That's a nun, and behind a nun is Tessa. They're part of the team. We're part of the team. Oh yeah, Macy's here too. Uh,
Oh
uh,
yeah, she's here too.
Yes. It's a bit of a happenstance that, it just happened. Anyways, I mean, she's out there, she's going to the mice and saying, "Hello, everyone, I'm a cat. Nice to meet you all. Here, let me just give you guys a nice big hug."
Ramirez will walk. Ramirez will walk out to Macy.
"Hey, everyone, I'm a cat. Look at my claws."
Macy, I can and will stab you multiple times.
Nan's gonna grab me, she, and just dimension door back to this ship.
Good job.
All right.
I walk back out the dimension door.
That's
I
not
just
how
walk
dimension door
outside.
It's not a
works.
door.
It's not an
That's
actual
just
door.
what it's called.
Not how that
But
uh,
essentially, uh, Alicia will say, "That's well, that's a lot to take in. I'm not gonna lie."
it is risk to the ship. Uh, hey, could y'all show yourselves by the way? Or
Looking
no,
for
actually, Ramirez
How's
can
it
say that in
going?
his head. Ramirez will say that in his head to all of it goes. Is there any possible ways that you all could show yourselves?
there's this response. There's this like repulsed response as it's sort of like Romeus kind of says on behalf of all of us, we'd rather let you have this moment,
Wouldn't you all like to meet or meet again?
not the way we are.
Or
Um,
says, I guess showing to you would be a disservice to them.
To who?
isn't there some reality
Uh,
where Marius didn't have a sibling?
it's just reality. Our character in Race's reality, in Race's reality, his whole, his the whole, this place was destroyed. Everybody was dead. Race protecting
Person?
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Ramirez. That's what Ramirez wanted to give them a chance to beat them because they lost their families.
Essentially,
Um,
the idea is like through you, they get their chance to essentially see them again. But it's one of those cases where it's like, how do we present
yeah.
ourselves when these
Oh,
aren't the people we knew?
oh yeah, because
Or
it's a
like
whole
they're
different world. Yeah, that's true.
yeah. Like it's a lot easier to experience the joy and happiness of seeing them again through you than it is to try and project what
Children.
they
Yeah.
were and knowing that they can't receive any of that love and affection because one, they're essentially dead, and two, it's like that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's just true. I have an ability where I can connect to all the
Call
last
me, and
where
essentially
I've
I will
died.
interact with roommates.
Oh, well, or are you on the ship or on the ground with them? I guess.
I thought it did dimension or me.
Yeah, you're still on the ground. So you're tracking with roommates or with roommates?
Romelius, so I'm going to talk to Romelius. I mean, not like Romelius is his sister. I'm going to interact and be nice, and you know,
Okay, that's nice. You two are free, you two are free to speak.
hello. I don't believe I caught your name.
Yeah. Again, you're outside of the tree, so the best you can do is like, you know, climb up the tree and look into uh
Oh,
the hole.
oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, yeah, you're
Okay.
right because he lives inside the tree. So like, can I like sit
Oh,
on a branch next to it and like be like, oh
um,
hi?
Reminis would, if Reminis catches the ear of them trying to talk to them, Reminis would say, "Okay, can you meet my friends? I can take over your cooking for you."
Sure, I can come outside. But yeah,
Okay, you. Reminis will cook for them. We'll
Push the
finish our
pot.
meal
We
for
need to see if we can settle this bet.
her.
But
Oh, who cook better?
oh,
oh yeah, 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 man, I'll take you up on that one. Man, I'm going for this one. Um,
Oh,
so I will like basically interact with her how I interact with Rumeus or Romelius, you know, my mousy boy. Tell her about how much we all love him, appreciate him, and how like just get to my little mousy boy for a little bit and ask her about her life and how she is and how her brother, all that.
she just is like she tells you also about him and how he
oh,
was like the child of the village, um, for a long time, and she listens to you more than speaks, uh, and yeah, I I never really thought that Romilius would get to this point in life. I I'll be honest, I thought he was going to come home a lot sooner. Not less successful or anything, just not like this.
You could say life takes you
Say again.
life takes you on direction. Life puts you on a journey and then puts you in directions that you never even thought of or even thought possible, I guess. Who
Yeah,
knows?
still, it's it's a spectacle to behold. As far
You
as my
don't seem
village,
to be. Sorry. You can go ahead.
as far as my village is concerned, we're not exactly renowned thrill seekers. We explore
Yeah.
for what we can, sure, but the achievements are only uh, are kept within our little society.
You don't seem to be at a loss for company. Do you miss your brother?
It's it's hard to explain.
Maybe one day, like, maybe one day you guys. May-
Maybe one day.
Uh, okay. By this point, Reminisce come out with food. Should I roll a cooking check? Or should I roll a cooking check? I guess. So would this be with advantage or with disadvantage to see what's cooking this originally?
Uh, it's um, it's with advantage because it's practically already made.
Okay, let's go. We win these 26.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
She rolled
Oh,
an
I see.
18 on the dice.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Confirmed at this very
Uh,
confirmed. There was only so much that Romelius could do to make it better.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a really good head start.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the time spent here was to uh the time spent with everyone uh was well spent. You guys got to get to know the village a little bit, but
Yeah. And now, I guess now it's time to actually address the issue. Uh,
yeah,
okay. Renee would go look for the chief of the village in this case,
all right.
or whoever or council. I don't care which was which. Who's ever in charge of the village, the elder council, whatever.
Yeah. So you do that while Tessa talks to your sister for a bit. Romilius, I welcome you back in open arms. Heard a lot of things
Uh,
about you.
yes. We're just give a little bow. I've come with heavy, heavy news.
What's wrong? What omens these? What omens do you bring?
Oh, I wish I could say that only came for festivities. However, it's not only that. No, you know that I heard that I've told you that I'm a god now, and we are starting our own pantheon. There's a war coming, a war that might a war that might a war that might end with the destruction of Midgard as a whole, unless we can stop it.
Mm.
A child. What the?
What?
What?
Apparently, Nick Cannon has 8 kids. Didn't
Oh,
realize. Nick
Valerie.
That
Cannon
means
has.
he's prolific.
Valerie.
Sorry, I'm on Facebook. Sorry, I'm.
Anyway,
Oh, that
this man's
he's
talking
prolific.
about
Yeah.
war coming, destruction to all, and then all of a sudden, man, this guy's got a lot of kids.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Mousy boy,
Man,
Mousy boy,
prosperity
and
to
Ware and all
all. Am
that.
I right, guys?
Yeah, yeah, man. Did you also know that Drake put hot sauce in a condom so a girl wasn't pregnant
yeah,
herself? Smart
Wait,
guy.
what?
yeah.
He's the
That's
And then
victim
that's
of
she
stuff in
funny.
hot
sued
sauce?
him. No.
No,
She
No.
sued him?
Valerie, stop.
After,
Valerie, stop.
Okay. Actually,
bye.
somebody can hop on Twitch, actually.
Yeah. This is on
Um,
Twitch. And while we're here, did you know that in Scott Pilgrim and
No,
the Forces
no.
of Evil,
no.
Stop.
Okay,
No,
no.
no.
Anyway,
Pick them all.
so the war. So you bring up the war part, and uh, what would you have us do?
I like your support as God.
Say again.
You I'll like your support as a god. You supported me through my childhood, and I know it's a lot to ask, but could you all support me still?
Romelius, we were going to support you till the very end. Now I guess it's for as long as we live.
Uh, could Reminis, Reminis, uh, can I hold, just hug him?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Reminis hugs him. Yeah, and before Sirius remembers, could you perhaps spread this to other villages as well? Uh,
Petty.
wait, so Gabby? Ga- Gabby,
Sorry
You
about
miss
that.
so
we,
Hey,
much.
Gabby, how's it going?
we
Hi.
are in Reminis.
Hey!
You're
Okay, okay.
fine, Gabby. We are in Reminis village right now.
Pets.
Yes.
No.
Pets.
That's how I got
No.
her. That's how I summoned her, Nick. I can't like deny her that.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, you did. You come
I mean, you
on.
can't stop her from doing it, but that doesn't mean they're going to like it.
I'm a petter.
I
I'm a scratcher behind
I tried to,
I
I
was
tried to
sending
pet
text messages.
them.
I was sending text messages like, "Hey, are you okay?" She doesn't answer. Then I'm like, "You're missing the petting." It comes in like 10 minutes.
By the way, I guess,
I actually
I
just
guess,
finished my call though.
I guess in this case, if Aggro was a pet, they were would have asked for me this, and they get advantage of whatever role to persuade them to pet, allow them pet her them. And so ask first, because realists would say ask first, at least ask first, because it may be offensive to some.
that happened
So,
since you've been gone was so canonically
since you've
important.
been
I want to I
gone.
want to retcon so that
Yeah.
you can be here just because you specifically would have loved everything that happened.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
someone give me a recap while I try to roll.
Okay, so what happened was when they entered the village, there's like a swarm of mice around them. They were climbing you guys, so they're
Nah,
taking
bro,
you
you
down
gotta
the
go
village.
back. You gotta go
We
Oh,
back.
have to go
further
even
back. Oh,
further.
And
Yeah.
she went over
oh yeah,
and
oh
she
yeah. You're
hit all the
what,
mice with
you want
claws.
to you want to make your magic symbol right now or no?
Wait, what?
So
Yeah,
make
she
a
wasn't
magic
at the
symbol.
temple.
Your religious
Yeah,
symbol or whatever.
your magic your not magic symbol, your religious symbol is a god.
Righteous symbol, that's it.
Symbol. Your
Yeah,
Your
holy
religious,
symbol as a
Okay,
religious,
god.
your
guys,
holy
Yeah.
symbol.
I
guys.
was gonna say everybody's talking at once.
All right. Let me do this. Let me do this. What was the last thing you remember, Gabby, before you died?
This is something you do a lot.
Kina walking around and Nick yelling, "Welcome your new Nine Tails."
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so essentially, after the speech that Anon made, uh, Pinna, the newborn Kitsune, armored herself with the remnants of the shell that she was in, and basically was like, "I'll see you guys soon."
I
Disappears
cried.
along. Anon also cried.
No.
Um, but after Anon in game tells about his backstory or and the experience he had in the dreams in during the challenge of the World Tree. After all that happened, Artemis, the goddess that Tessa fought in the Colosseum, basically was recruited by you guys to be a part of the Pantheon. She hasn't agreed yet, but she's like, you know what? You guys are against cause. Technically, I am too. You take her down. I wouldn't mind joining you guys, and I'll journey with you guys to see what's up. After
Okay.
that, uh, Raph basically was like, "I will commission making you guys your first holy symbols." In actuality, she
Ooh.
explained the importance of holy symbols as they're like a direct and visual representation of you guys. As anyone who sees it may not mean anything to them, but at least it's there. So she asked for pick descriptions of holy symbols, and she will make them for you and start passing them out. Obviously, she'll do her best, but but you guys also got to keep that in mind of what that means. She also brought up the idea that you guys don't need individual holy symbols. You guys can have one chief god, and as long as you guys are acolytes of that chief god, you can still gain power from that as well. But having each individual symbols is, really good as well. Uh, Now you guys are in the village of the mouse people, and you rolled a 7 on your animal handling check. And
Can I get
Romelius,
advantage with the Romelius?
sure.
You
Yes.
roll again. You roll again.
Really, wait, what are we talking about here?
No!
Protect the mice.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
I just
Um,
want to pet
No.
them.
Okay,
You're a giant demon-looking man.
But I
Why would
love the
Okay,
pet.
so Ramirez will step in. Go ahead, and say your reaction, Jalen, but Ramirez will step in and try to persuade them. Just like that's just gonna happen. She's he brings some harm, but he really wants to. He just this
Chris,
is how.
roll an advantage persuasion check real quick.
All right.
How about if you show them that you're okay with the pettings, they will allow for the pettings.
No.
God damn it,
No.
Romelius.
Oh, 4.
They don't want to be petted. God damn.
They don't like that. They don't.
Jalen,
like that.
overrule.
no? The dice gods
Poor
are spoken.
baby.
I object.
Resign yourself to your fate.
Tessa, come over here. Starts petting
okay.
Tessa out of misery.
Oh, the misery.
Tessa loves this. So she'll just sit there and be like,
Uh,
I love this.
Everybody wants
your
to be.
your hellhound will comfort you.
Yes, I can
Yeah.
get the
Yeah, see, there
hound.
you go.
Chibi hound, chibi hound.
Ramirez aside, everyone say,
Anyway,
I can try to you pet me if need be.
back to Romelius' thing real quick.
Okay, yes, Mouse People Village.
Yeah. And Ramirez is gonna try to convert them over to their pantheon, I guess.
Well, I guess I might as well get out of here. Apparently, they don't like me.
They don't
No.
dislike you. It's just more in fact like, oh, this guy's weird. He likes touching them, as others are like, scratching each other's backs.
Yeah.
And this person's weird.
Really-
They want to touch us. Scratches the other person's back. Like, you think
Yeah.
that's weird? Yeah, it's weird. Scratches the other person's back. So
It's
odd.
hilarious.
I can help scratch your back.
Anyway, but Romelius, was there anything else you want to specifically talk with the chieftain?
So Ramirez would say, could you get to other villages? Write it down in random places in the forest. Just do whatever you can to spread it around. Just do whatever you can to spread it. And my symbol looks like this. Ramirez will write the symbol again. He'll take out a scraper, just carve it out into the bark next to them.
All right. All right then. You have our word. All right. So at this moment, I need to explain to you guys about divine ranks, or specifically follower value. Because at this moment, is where you guys are going to get some followers.
Is this
Specifically
gonna be like a dating sim where we try to get the hearts from all the girls?
Yeah. Turn it up.
Oh.
I love it.
No.
Oh my god.
Let us play dating sim. Let us play dating
I mean,
sim.
Agron could
Play a dating sim on your own.
I could play this if Agron wants to be the guy of dating. Well, I'm not sure.
Look,
Yeah,
in
I'm
my
not sure
fantasy
how.
for my downtime, I want to play dating sim. Why can't I play dating sim?
All right.
Go
Oh my
play it on your own.
Acheron seduces all the women mouse.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, my charisma's a lot higher than my animal handling.
I hate
Accurate.
literally everything about this. And now I have to ask you to roll a persuasion check.
Wait,
Oh,
really? Okay.
you really want
Against
you really
who?
I want to see this. Gabby, I want you to win every about this.
Oh my god.
Please
This
roll
is
forward again. Damn it.
18. This should be really weird for me. This
Wow, if you just
mean,
talk to them like normal people, it just works.
Boy, boy.
Editing and working on a group writing project team membership.
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Well,
18.
sweet.
Now Akarat has all the girl masters all around him, just like, oh hi, who is this new person?
Just
Hello.
climbing on him. Just
Receive
climbing on him.
senses of disturbance in the force.
Oh crap! You just said a great evil upon Ramillis' village. How dare you?
What did I do?
You
All
brought
I
the
did
wrath
was
of
say
execution.
hi.
I mean, you want to go to seduce the
That wasn't a roll
You
of
all
seduction.
of
the
That was
village
persuasion.
with an angry overlord.
Yeah,
That wasn't
you forget.
a persuasion for for
Okay,
that.
okay.
It was a
'Cause
persuasion, no seduction. It's
Okay.
completely platonic.
Yeah, because if I had run charisma, that would have been seduction.
That's what
Okay,
they
fair
Persuasion is
always say.
charisma.
Oh,
Exactly.
you know, shush.
it's
It's not
good thing that
pure
wasn't.
charisma.
It's good thing that wasn't
It,
seduction.
it
'Cause,
is.
yeah, at least it's good thing that
Shush.
wasn't. It's a good thing that wasn't seduction because you got what Agron's girlfriend is.
Yeah, you guys don't need to tell them who my girlfriend is. It's okay. I love her. I just
They
don't
need
want her
to
to
know
kill
what's
your mice
coming.
village.
Oh my gosh, she would so
You should tell them about
burn
what
this
the
whole
person's
place.
girlfriend is.
Ecstasy would never.
He'll come back and burn down this entire place.
All the mouse folk. Who is this
No.
guy's girlfriend?
No.
Oh, let me tell you, nice people.
No,
So
Michi,
you're
we're gonna just
Miss-
walk away.
I'll just tell you
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna go and
about
talk
this
about it.
follower value later.
No, tell
I
us
just-
now. We're done. This is fine.
I go over and I talk to them about this.
Clearly Purpose doesn't want to hear it. Let's just
Your pizza's
move on
all
to
about
the
you
ending
now.
here. We'll see you again now. I do want to end it here. However, there is one thing that I do want to do real quick. As Romilius is getting the best out, like as Romilius makes the pact with his village, and we'll talk about the significance of that later. In a similar air in the area of the World Trees territory, um, further south, uh, westward from where you guys are, um, a how do I want to direct you guys' attention to the the guild city of Edhiria, the city where the last scourge is said to be held, to be sealed away for a time. Unfortunately, that time slowly coming to an end. Sometime, some some odd days ago, an event happened that brought all of Edhiria to arms. Um, Two adventurers went in that direction, say, not for the event, but for the fact that they were going to get trained. They needed to get training, um, in order to get stronger for the events ahead. Where they currently stand, after being trained by the swords, the weapon masters of that guild are now being put into a position where they have to defend the Hiriar and the rest of the World Tree from the remnants of the last scourge. The severity is increasingly getting worse as the seal no longer keeps the undead creatures at bay. They are preparing for a series of events that will put them at the front lines of a battle that will be written down in all of history. Cult members coming out of the woodworks, ghosts of eons past coming back to fight. And they're hoping, praying that backup will come to help them in these trying times. And next time we meet, hopefully you guys will get to see what Ecstasy and Brim are doing in the city of the last scourge.
Oh my god.
My girl, I finally get to see her again.